Welcome back to the Unknown Angler.
Okay, so today we're going to tie a woven fly. This is going to be a woven stonefly, so I'm going to start out with a pretty decent sized hook, a 200R curved nymph hook, 8 size 8, and a 5/32 tungsten bead. We're going to use some unithread, 6/0 unithread, yellow. And we're going to start by wrapping the entire hook shank with thread. This is an important part of this fly, making sure that you have a good coat of thread on your hook shank. And you'll see why in just a second, because we're going to actually tie some very kind of slippery material on the hook shank itself. You get to the end, tie it a little bit past the point of the hook into the bend. Then we're going to take a little bit of the old hairline amber dubbing. Now, this can be any amber dubbing, doesn't have to be the dubbing I just showed you. We're going to use a very, very small portion of it back here. Really, really small, little bitty bit. Gonna make a bump back here, and the reason is because we are going to tie some Goose Biots on here. And if you don't know what a Goose Biot is, this is what it looks like. They're stripped. That's what you look like when you buy them. We're going to tie a Goose Biot tail, just 2 biots. The toughest things is getting these Goose Biots to sit on the hook correctly. And that is not too bad. I'm going to work my thread back up to the front of the hook. Those look pretty good. Yeah. And now we're going to tie in some, now we're going to tie in some vinyl rib. And this is the small, and we're going to do an amber and a dark brown. All nymphs are dark on the top and light on the bottom. The dark color on the back side of the hook, furthest away from us. The lighter color, which is going to be the underbody, on the closest side of the hook to us, right here. And what we're trying to do is tie these right alongside the hook. So lock it down, leave a little extra out here, pull it out, go a little ways. It's going to want to ride up on the hook because of the way you're tying. Let's get that out of the way. Pull it down again. Pulling it down. It's important to get a nice base going on this fly. The nicer and smoother the base, the nicer you have them running down the outside of the hook, the nicer the fly is going to look. and give yourself about a bead's length. In other words, cut off right about a bead length in back of the bead, the V-rib, and then tie off the thread. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves a nice underbody by using some uni stretch. This can be any kind of floss you want, yellow floss, but a light colored floss. And the reason is because I want to build up a body. I do like the uni stretch because it gives you a nice flat wrapping profile, as you can see here. I'm going to cut it off right here. And I'm going to tie all the way back there to the back, right where it meets up. I'm going to come forward again. And now I'm going to try to give myself a little bit of a taper. Not much, but a little bit of a taper going forward. And what we want to do is smooth out all the bumps and anything else you can in here to make sure we have a nice tying surface to get down on. And then do the same thing here. Just a couple of half hitches right underneath the bead. And you're good. I'm going to pull down on both of these pieces of V-rib, and I'm going to cut them so that they're the exact same length, probably 8 or 9 inches of V-rib. So now we're going to start our fly. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and the dark piece, which is on the far side of the hook, and the lighter piece, which is on the near side of the hook, which is the amber. I'm just going to tie a single overhand knot and pull it really taut right over the top, right in the back there. That gets you the initial tie-in point right there. Okay? By taking a nitpicker tool. Now, this is the important part here. This is a nitpicker. You can buy them in fly shops. They're called leg tools. You can also get them on Amazon. Just type in nitpicker. I'll put it up where I got it on Amazon. I got these for, actually, there were 5 of these in a pack for like $5. You can also find them in craft fair shops. But basically, they're for crocheting and fixing pieces of yarn. You place that right along the back side of the hook, holding it in your left hand, nitpicker up. You go underneath it with the amber, which is going to be on the bottom. That'll leave you, and you hold that with your lower 2 fingers, and then you go in and you grasp with your thumb and forefinger the dark brown piece of V-rib, and then you pull it through with the nitpicker. I'm going to do this a whole bunch. It looks very tough to do, or it may look like it's difficult to do. I shouldn't say very tough. It may look like it's difficult to do. It isn't. And then you pull perpendicular. You put some tension on there. Don't break the V-rib. Okay, now for the second weave, the nitpicker goes down. Once again, you grab with the lower 2 fingers, you grab the dark and you bring that over the top, and then you take the amber in your thumb and forefinger and reach that down around the bottom, put it through the nitpicker, and then pull up through. Boom. Once again, push that back and pull out perpendicular to the hook. And now you can see what the start of our fly looks like. Okay? So we go up, around, over, pull down through. Boom. Down, over, around, pull up through. Up, over, pull down through. Around, over, pull up through. As you can see, you start to get a very nice body. Now, if you look at this body, it's a very tapered, nice tapered body on the top, but it's fat on top, and it's got a very flat silhouette. If you've ever seen any of these stoneflies, if you've ever seen any nymphs in real life, you'll notice that they have that flat silhouette. When you look down on them, they look fat. When you look at them from the side, they look thin. This does a really good job of replicating the silhouette in the water. It also does a really good job of replicating the two different tones of the nymph, the dark top and the light bottoms. This, once you learn how to do it, really does not. Takes a little doing. Your first couple are going to be a little bit frustrating, but after that, things will really pick up for you, and you'll be able to do this without a problem. Now you get that nice woven body. It's got a light bottom and a dark top. Once again, pull down, and to finish it off, I'm going to come in here, start our thread again. This is yellow 6/0 thread. It's not the Unifloss. I'm going to pull these towards the front so they're along the side again. Pretty simple. Cut those off. Perfect. And there you have a nice woven bodied nymph. And on the front of this, we're now going to go back and grab that amber dubbing again and make a little dubbing noodle on the bottom. Maybe just a little bit more. And we're going to finish this off. This is just some quail feathers that I'm putting on here. You can use any, actually you can use any any dark Indian hackle that you'd like. If you have some Indian hackle at home, that'll work fine. Okay. Wrap this just like you would normally wrap a sparse. Don't want to overdo it. Nice sparse. There we go. Nice sparse wet hackle. And I wouldn't let I would keep the hackle about body length on this. Go in there. We're just going to whip finish it now. I like to do 2 whip finishes. If you pull it tight and spin the bead, it'll go right under the bead. It'll hide all your thread. And there you have a very nice woven fly. A nit picker. Now I'm going to make this. I'm going to do a couple other videos with this. I make these down. This is a size 8. I can make these down as small as 22s. I'm not bragging about that. I make midges using woven patterns, and I also do a lot of regular nymphs. I started out with the big one here so that you could see and you could see the V-rib. V-rib is probably the worst material to tie with because, as you can see, because of the thickness of it, it doesn't actually mat up with each other. When I do one of these with some crocheting material that you can find in a craft store, these actually come close together, and you can get a very, very nice form out of it. But anyway, that's what it looks like. It's a great little fly. I swing this one. I actually tie this with a wing case, no bead wing case, and the same legs, but underneath the wing case to make a nice golden stonefly nymph. Good luck. See you next time.